For this part, you're going to need 2 colors, and then there'll be an extra part at the end where we can add in some shadows and highlights additionally with more colors. But we're going to start with just 2 colors. That's 1 color for each of the ribbon. So in this case, I used like a red and like a teal, and now I have a red and a yellow green. So I'm going to think about it like this. If the ribbon is on top, it's going to be the lightest spot. If the ribbon is underneath, it's going to be the darkest. So in this case, this ribbon goes under, over, under. So over is going to be the lightest spot. So I just made like a little oval there to remind me that's where it's really light. Where it goes under, which is right here, it goes under this one, is the darkest spot. So I am going to shade, just like in my value scale, from the darkest, and this time I'm kind of using little circles, but you can do it with vertical or horizontal lines as well. I'm going to switch to horizontal lines, and I'm going to pull out to get like a medium value and then get a very, very light value as I get in the middle. I do like to put just a little bit in that highlight. Come back in here, blend this out a little bit better. So we go from the darkest to a medium to a light to very, very light. Okay, just like that. And the same thing over here. This is going to be the darkest area, and I am going to work towards that center where the highlight is. I'm going a little faster on this video than I would go in real life. Than I would go if I wasn't being filmed, just to try to make the video go a little bit faster. So keep in mind that you can definitely take your time a little better than I am. There we go. So again, we want to go from the darkest to like a slightly lighter, lighter, lighter. And I'm just doing this by how hard I press, right? I'm pressing very dark around the spots where it goes underneath the other ribbon. So let's do one now. I'm going to just kind of take out like a medium value to the edge here. Let's go ahead and do the middle ribbon where it's opposite. So here is my highlight. This is where the ribbon is on top. Here's my highlight where the ribbon is on top. And I am going to make the darkest spot here because that's where it goes underneath. Both of these areas are the darkest. So I'm going to take that color and bring it out here. And that's what this one's going to look like. And it's all controlled by how hard I press. And layers. Layers work too. So I'm going to go back to the scrumbling, which is little circles, to blend this out and into this part. I like to put a little bit of the color in my highlight. You might notice that you can still somewhat see that circle or oval that I drew. That's okay, because when I come back with the white over the highlight, which isn't going to really be white, it's just going to kind of blend it, but that will blend it enough that I don't see that anymore. Okay. So the last thing to show you is how to make the shadows and the highlights. So I'm going to pause this for just a second so I can get a little bit more drawn. Okay, so I just did 2 of them because I just want to show you the next step. So once you have the whole thing pretty much colored, you're going to take white and some kind of color to make a shadow. You can definitely use black, you can use brown, you can use gray, you can use purple, you can use a dark blue. I kind of like to use purple. So I have a violet and a white, and this white you can use to go over these highlights. And it will kind of make them slightly less white because what it's doing is it's kind of smearing out some of that pencil, but it helps to blend it. It helps to smear it. Actually using white over top of it is a technique in helping you to blend it. So you can go over those if you want to. Like I said, it will make them a little bit darker, but it will also hide those circles if you drew the circles. And then for the shadow, I'm going to go right along here, just a little bit. But do you notice, and I'm just kind of scrumbling this in, I'm not pressing very dark, but do you already see how that looks so much darker and better than that one? Like that really makes a difference. Just a little bit. I'm really not pressing hard. I just want to put a little bit of this shadow in here to really make it look like it's going underneath that other one. Okay, and I would do that along this and this and this and this. Anywhere where it's going under, I might add that shadow.